There is well over an hour of body camera video that was released late this afternoon, about a month after the couple was found by two maintenance workers at their Santa Fe home. You can hear the workers explaining to the deputies that the Hackmans are high profile and express worry that the news will get out. Now, in this clip, you can hear the initial interview that a deputy did with one of the men who first found the couple, who says he got worried after not hearing from them for weeks. He went to the home, and that's when he says he found the couple's dogs loose. One of the deputies commented just how strange it was that both Gene and Betsy Arakawa Hackman appeared to have dropped where they stood.
They're not supposed to be out. If anyone's here, they are never supposed to be out. And so at that point, I knew something was wrong. And then I told him, my exact words were, "You know whose house this is?" And he's like, "I do. It's Gene Hackman's."
Gene Hackman. Even the name alone carries the weight of cinematic history. An actor who dominated the screen in classics, ranging from The French Connection to Superman, from Unforgiven to the Royal Tenenbaums. He was a kind of star who seemed larger than life, yet by the early 2000s he stepped away from Hollywood, leaving many fans to wonder what became of him. In recent months, a wave of rumors has taken the internet by storm, claiming Gene Hackman passed away under tragic and deeply unsettling circumstances. According to these accounts, he and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, both died in their secluded Santa Fe mansion, and the details behind their alleged final days suggest something dark and mysterious. Let's be clear up front. Major news outlets haven't universally confirmed this. Some say the story is a hoax, while others insist it's a buried truth that has yet to fully emerge. Yet the whispers are so specific: flickering lights in windows, neighbors hearing odd sounds at night, the sudden disappearance of Gene and Betsy from local shops, that it captured imaginations and sparked debate. Tonight, I'll walk you through what people are saying happened, and why it's so difficult to separate fact from fiction. The tale starts with the couple's chosen life of privacy. Gene Hackman had already cemented his legendary status with unforgettable roles. By the time he settled in Santa Fe with Betsy, a pianist known for her gentle demeanor, he was done with public appearances and talk shows. Locals remember them as friendly but reserved, rarely inviting attention. Betsy was spotted occasionally at the market. Gene sometimes seen on a morning drive for newspapers. Then, almost overnight, the sighting stopped. Neighbors recalled that the desert estate went dark, the lights flickering late into the night, as if someone were pacing the halls in desperation. Days turned into weeks with no public sign of the couple. Concern grew when newspapers piled up at the gate, and one neighbor reported a repetitive, unsettling noise from the property. It wasn't quite a scream or a crash, just something odd enough to be concerning. Eventually, authorities were called. What they found, or so the rumor goes, was horrifying. Betsy's body in a bathroom lifeless, with thyroid medication scattered near her. Initial speculation pointed to hantavirus, a rare but deadly infection carried by rodents in some parts of the Southwest. Yet no rodent droppings were found anywhere, fueling immediate doubt. Then came the revelation that Gene Hackman was also inside the home, disoriented, possibly suffering from advanced Alzheimer's. He hadn't eaten or drunk water for days. The story claims he was so far gone that he couldn't call for help, and no one knew he was in distress. By the time paramedics arrived, it was too late. He allegedly died soon after from complications of malnutrition and dehydration. These details alone would be enough to shake Hollywood. Yet the mainstream entertainment press said nothing. That silence only intensified speculation. Some argue it was a conspiracy, a plan to hide the truth for personal or financial reasons. Others point to the possibility that he's still alive and well, and that the entire rumor is an elaborate fabrication exploiting Hackman's withdrawal from the public sphere. In an era when celebrity death hoaxes thrive on social media, it's easy for misinformation to spiral, especially for a star who chose to leave the spotlight. But the rumor specifics, like the alleged flickering lights, the neighbor's testimony, the mention of no rodent droppings, have led many to believe at least part of the story might be true. Fans flooded online forums, expressing shock and outrage. How could a Hollywood titan starve to death in his own mansion? How could Betsy, presumably healthy days prior, die from a virus with no trace of the creatures that carry it? Why didn't their wealth and status guarantee even the most basic medical oversight? People demanded answers, pointing out that if Hackman were gone, there should have been a massive tribute from the film community. After all, Gene Hackman was no minor figure. He was an Oscar winner, a cinematic icon. yet no official memorial took place. That gap in coverage stoked theories that the industry wanted to keep it quiet. Perhaps it was an embarrassment, showing how little Hollywood cares about its aging legends once they no longer feed the publicity machine. One alleged neighbor, identified online as Barbara, claimed Betsy was lively and cheerful just days before the supposed tragedy, showing no signs of sickness. The rumor states that Betsy's official cause of death was tied to a rodent-borne virus, which made little sense given a thorough investigation that turned up no sign of rodents. But the strangest part was discovering Gene Hackman still alive in the house, too disoriented to call for help. Some versions of the rumor describe him wandering aimlessly, a lost figure in a home that had become a tomb. By the time rescuers arrived, he was beyond saving. If these events really took place, it raises profound questions about how easily someone, even a famous millionaire, can slip through the cracks. One theory suggests that a caretaker or staff might have been fired or absent at the worst possible time, leaving the couple alone and vulnerable. Another line of speculation posits that there was something more sinister at work, maybe a deliberate abandonment. Did someone stand to gain from his death? Could the rodent virus explanation be a cover for something else, like poisoning or neglected illness? The rumors' details, repeated across social media, read like a tragic film script. The beloved star undone by a failing mind. His wife fell by a bizarre ailment. The two of them sealed away in a mansion that provided neither safety nor comfort in their final hours. Skeptics point out that if an actor of Hackman's caliber had died, the media would have latched onto it instantly. They question the veracity of any story that can't be corroborated by a single mainstream outlet. They note that multiple celebrities in their 90s remain under the public's radar, leading to periodic rumors of their death that prove false. And yet, the rumor about Hackman persists. Some claim to have read an article on a well-known site. Others share screenshots of headlines that vanish when you try to verify them. All the while, no official statement from relatives or close friends has emerged. The vacuum left by Hackman's retirement only makes it hard to confirm or debunk the accounts. Still, the emotional core of the narrative remains compelling. An older couple living in solitude, their health precarious, their once glamorous lifestyle reduced to isolation in the high desert. If it's true, it's heartbreaking that someone with such a claim could be forgotten, cut off from the world that once celebrated him. It also underscores how fame doesn't necessarily guarantee real support or close companionship. Perhaps the drive for privacy that led Hackman to Santa Fe in the first place became his downfall when things turned dire. Some observers draw parallels to other unexplained Hollywood endings. Marilyn Monroe's death was shrouded in controversy, with conflicting reports of pill bottles and last phone calls. Brittany Murphy's mysterious passing generated waves of conspiracy theories about toxic mold and possible foul play. In each instance, the official explanation left a trail of questions. The rumor around Gene Hackman's alleged final days fits neatly into that tradition of unresolved celebrity lore. Contradictory details, like the supposed virus with no rodents, feed the public's appetite for chilling mysteries that might never be solved. Despite the sensational nature of the claims, it's worth noting that no major investigative body or respected publication has reported that Hackman truly died months ago. Many remain unconvinced, dismissing it as another internet hoax. As the story continues to spread, though, a dedicated circle of believers insists there's been a cover-up. They ask why there's no official death certificate, no funeral footage, no statement from old colleagues. The deeper they look, the less they find, and that very lack of evidence convinces them that the truth is being suppressed. Another angle focuses on the property itself. Hackman's Santa Fe home occupies a large swath of desert land. The region can indeed harbor deer mice that carry hantavirus. According to rumors, investigators found no droppings, yet pinned Betsy's cause of death on the virus anyway, as if it were a convenient solution. Others claim the couple's 3 dogs suffered bizarre fates. One reportedly died, while 2 wandered aimlessly. Did the dogs contract an illness too, or witness something alarming? Such details, repeated across multiple online posts, add to the story's eerie plausibility. Whether true or not, it has a dark allure. If the story is false, it highlights how easily misinformation can spread when a celebrity retreats from public life. Hackman hasn't done a movie or high-profile interview in years. He doesn't maintain social media accounts and rarely, if ever, comments on rumors. That silence leaves fertile ground for tall tales to blossom. People online crave shocking stories, and the notion that a beloved actor might have died tragically, unnoticed by the world, is almost irresistible. In fact, the more tragic the rumor, the quicker it travels. And yet, the bigger the story, the more questions arise. Why wouldn't the film industry pay homage to a star who helped define American cinema? Why wouldn't his close friends, surely he had some left, speak out or try to clarify the situation? Conspiracy theorists answer that Hollywood is rife with secrets, that hushes can be orchestrated to protect certain interests. Skeptics respond that it's far more likely Hackman is alive, living quietly and entirely unaware of the speculation. We're left with chilling possibility. If this is true, it's a tragedy that shows how even immense fame and wealth cannot shield you from the pitfalls of old age, poor health, or a vanishing support network. If it's false, it's an unsettling testament to how quickly a star's legacy can become fodder for viral ghost stories. Either way, the rumor has forced a conversation about the fragility of life, the cost of retreating from public view, and the illusions of security we often attribute to celebrity status. Some have speculated further about Hackman's mental state, suggesting Alzheimer's might have made him dependent on Betsy. If she was his only caregiver, then any sudden crisis could leave him helpless. This scenario is not unheard of among elderly couples who've outlived friends and relatives. In that sense, the rumor resonates with broader societal anxieties about how we care for our aging loved ones, and how easily the unthinkable can happen if a single link in the chain breaks. Meanwhile, those convinced of darker motives see the virus explanation as a smokescreen. They claim there was deliberate negligence or something more malicious at play. Yet without firm evidence, such speculation remains just that. It's the vacuum of information, the lack of an official statement, the absence of mainstream media coverage, that keeps these theories alive. Every day that passes without clarity becomes another day in which rumor can flourish. Gene Hackman's legacy as an actor is undisputed. From Popeye Doyle to Lex Luthor, he brought a commanding presence that shaped modern cinema. The idea that a figure of his stature could end in obscurity, cut off from the world, is both horrifying and strangely mesmerizing. It forces us to confront the possibility that celebrity is fleeting, that no fortress, literal or metaphorical, can protect us from fragility of the human condition. And so, we await answers that may never come. Until Hackman or someone close to him speaks, or until a credible source confirms details, we remain in a realm of possibility. Those who trust the rumor see it as a stark warning about isolation. Those who dismiss it see it as a cautionary tale about how stories spiral online. Either way, the conversation reveals our cultural fascination with the line between myth and truth, especially when it involves a star who once loomed so large on the silver screen. Now, let's address one more factor that has fueled these rumors: the notion of a quiet, unreported funeral. Some celebrities do indeed pass without public fanfare. It's not impossible that Hackman's alleged departure was handled discreetly, with only a handful of close confidants. Yet it remains unusual that not a single collaborator, director, or co-star has publicly mourned him. We might at least expect a passing tribute on social media, a short message of remembrance, or a nostalgic anecdote. In that absence, speculation thrives. In the grand scheme of things, the fate of Gene Hackman, whether he quietly retired or met a tragic end, acts as a mirror for our cultural fears and curiosities. We grapple with the reality that fame can dissolve in the blink of an eye, and that even the legends we revere might vanish from our collective conscience if they choose to live away from the spotlight. If the rumor is true, it's a sobering reminder that no amount of status can fully insulate you from the vulnerabilities of aging. If it's false, it's an equally powerful reminder of how eagerly we embrace sensational tales when proof is scarce. I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe there's a grain of truth in these accounts? Or do you see it as a prime example of internet mythology? Have you come across conflicting articles? Or tried to verify claims that evaporate under scrutiny? Let's hear your theories, whether you suspect foul play, caretaker negligence, or simply the natural end of two private individuals. Above all, remember the importance of verifying information before accepting it, celebrity or otherwise. Every human story deserves care and accuracy. If you found this journey through rumor and speculation worthwhile, please consider liking this video and subscribing. We delve into the hidden corners of Hollywood, exploring stories that straddle the line between fact and fiction. Whether the alleged tragedies uncovered truths or the momentous achievements of legends like Gene Hackman, Our goal is to shed light on the complex tapestry of show business. Thank you for listening, and stay curious about the narratives that shape our perception of fame and mortality. Of course, many wonder why a story with so many alleged details remains neither confirmed nor debunked. In the modern media landscape, even the faintest hint of a celebrity tragedy can prompt dozens of headlines. We typically see confirmations or denials within hours, sometimes minutes, of such news breaking. And yet, in Gene Hackman's case, official channels remain silent while social media churns with speculation. For some, this contradiction proves a rumor must be false. How could a cinematic titan pass away unnoticed? Others see it as evidence of a deep cover-up or a determined bid for privacy. Another question concerns staff who might have assisted the Hackmans. It's unusual for a wealthy couple to live without help, especially at an advanced age. If they had employees, why did none step forward if a crisis loomed? Perhaps the Hackmans insisted on solitude, or maybe the staff was part-time. Either way, the absence of any safety net intensifies suspicions of a darker scenario. Some argue the storyline is almost too dramatic, a textbook forgotten star narrative. If one were crafting a fictional exit for a Hollywood legend, it might look just like this: a desert mansion, strange noises at night, flickering lights, neighbors whispering. Meanwhile, there's no direct word from Hackman's family. In many celebrity circles, relatives quickly refute wild rumors. Here, silence reigns. Believers claim that's proof something is being hidden. Skeptics say there's nothing to hide in the first place. A key piece missing is any tribute from industry peers. Gene Hackman's influence was immense, so if he had truly passed, at least a handful of colleagues might have offered public condolences. Yet we have no eulogies, no shared anecdotes. Could it be that everyone is honoring an unstated wish for secrecy? Or is it more likely the funeral never occurred? One might recall past celebrity rumors, where alleged deaths were thoroughly debunked once the star reappeared. In an era of instant communication, a genuine story of this magnitude rarely stays under wraps. The contradictory fragments persist, though, because they're detailed enough to intrigue and hard enough to verify that they refuse to fade away. In the end, the rumor challenges our notions of fame, mortality, and our appetite for closure. Did a legend truly vanish in obscurity, or is this all an internet fable? If it's true, it's a harsh reminder that no amount of stardom guarantees a peaceful end. If it's false, it shows how swiftly baseless tales can colonize the public imagination. Whichever side you take, the speculation reveals our deep-seated fascination with the fall of idols. We may never have definitive answers unless Gene Hackman or his representatives speak, or until reliable news outlets provide clear evidence. Until that day, remain cautious. Seek verification, stay respectful, and remember that icons, too, are human. If or when the passing of Gene Hackman is officially confirmed, we'll likely see a unified wave of tributes. Until then, question the rumors, and acknowledge that even those who once ruled the silver screen can leave us guessing when they choose silence over spotlight. Ultimately, the tale surrounding Gene Hackman's rumored final days spotlights the thin line between genuine concern and morbid curiosity. Our culture adores stories of the mighty brought low, even as we mourn them. Whether Hackman is truly gone or simply living far from prying eyes, the fervor over his fate tells us as much about our own fears of isolation as it does about Hollywood's capacity to forget its greats. We hope for clarity, yet feed on uncertainty, and the result is a narrative propelled by speculation. In the end, the only certainty may be that until definitive evidence emerges, an official announcement, a verifiable funeral, or personal statement, the legend of Gene Hackman remains suspended between fact and myth, leaving fans and onlookers to wonder which side the truth will favor.